I know that I'm coming on at an odd time. Let's see. And that I'm about to play Macarena, but um, I'm kind of gonna be talking a lot. I think maybe the stream will be about an hour. Um, I've been getting back into human rights work. A little background story on me. Man, I cannot believe this is still going to go on for 2 days. Wow. My MD cooldown is minus 50%. Yeah, a little background on me. Well, you know, and this is a kind of gross oversimplification, but I was raised in a kind of a cool secular Jewish household, and so I don't know, the Bible, in particular with respect to Iraq, you know, the Bible is like really interesting because when you get into the book of Daniel, for example, historicity, man, it's problematic, right? But you're really interested in the very old books of the Bible that are talking about Iraq. Iraq is where the Garden of Eden was, you know. Babylon. And there were Jewish communities that were, you know, there from great antiquity. So you don't want to bomb that, you know, you don't want to carpet bomb. Because any hope of being able to verify the history or whatever of those places. I think a lot of people, like Christian people or whatever, they're scared of going to hell, so they don't want to read the Bible because they're going to find out that they have to go to hell no matter what. Or another thing is that instead of, you know, they glom all these different books together and they say this is the one book, you know. It's not one book, it's actually a lot of books, and that's a big problem because they make the print really small, it's hard to read and stuff like that. People are not interested in it or frightened of it, or, you know, so they never actually read it and go, hey, is this really true? You know, oh, that's another thing, you're required as a Christian to believe all of it. Absolute sacrosanct, the word of God. No, you can't question any of it. Man, Jewish people, they wrote that, man. That's people, you know. People make stuff up all the time. Or change it around and make themselves look better and stuff. And I think if you approach, like when I was a kid, I think that was the difference in the approach. Is like, you're interested in, oh, are these historical figures real? Do we have any evidence and stuff like that? So back to Iraq, you know, when Rumsfeld and Bush are like, we're going to attack Iraq, man, I was just like, this is not even my country. I'm born in the United States, you know. That's like, that is the cradle of human civilization. You know, you morons, you know, don't bomb that place, you know. And for goodness sake, you know, it's my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, but Saddam's political party was brought to power by the United States foreign policy endeavors, CIA crap, and then when they were not satisfied with the performance of the Ba'ath Party with respect to American foreign policy objectives, they fomented, you know, they were involved in a coup that brought Saddam Hussein to power. Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't that correct? Wasn't Saddam Hussein essentially an employee of the Central Intelligence Agency? I thought that was it. So you want to destroy the country because your employee, you know, you're trying to fire your employee, and you know, I think they say, the American foreign policy morons or whatever say that, well, we want to make it so bad for the people that they overthrow him. Sort of a hands-off approach, you know. But you know, I think when you bomb civilian populations, they become more patriotic, don't they? Didn't the Vietnamese get that way? I don't know. But you get people in power, that are signing the invoices on the bombs, and they're going to get a lot of support, political, particularly from bomb manufacturers. They're like, this guy's great. Any moronic idea to detonate our explosives, because we need to sell those. That's a big problem with the United States is they depend on, selling explosives to really survive. Think how many people would be out on the street. Couldn't pay their mortgage if they stopped making bombs and bullets and everything. But so I left the United States and worked at a university in China teaching computer graphics and animation for about 7 or 8 years. And you sort of pick up Chinese culture, and one of the things Chinese culture does is, like, as you get older or whatever, you generally you go back to your place of origin, you go back to your hometown. So I did. I came back to Atlanta, Georgia, after being in China for about 7 years, 6 and some. But one of the reasons I left is I was like, don't bomb Iraq, man. I can't be a part of that. You feel bad because the more money you make, the more tax you're paying into a system where they're, destroying culture and human civilization and stuff. I mean, how about reparations to Iraq? How about reparations? Reparations for all the depredations of parties that the United States brought to power and individuals that the United States brought to power. How come? Yeah, why don't we pay reparations to the country for that? It's really bad. You're running a government in the United States where you're putting people in power in other countries that are doing all these terrible things, and then you attack them for the things that the people you put into power did. It's like insult to injury. But yeah. So I had been, it's like I was doing human rights work and Amnesty International for many years. I did the Amnesty International webpage on the Rwandan genocide with front page. And I was really into Africa and studying Africa. That's a long story and stuff. But I always felt acutely gaps. And this is the thing too. A former Marine that I worked in the mathematics complex with is the guy that introduced me to the Managua lectures or whatever of Noam Chomsky. And I've been into Chomsky because of, his syntactic structures and stuff, his linguistic work and stuff. Wow, I read about Nicaragua and sort of, I guess in a nutshell, the thing was the United States wanted to have a dictator in power to control Nicaragua because it was a possible kind of Panama Canal place that across Nicaragua there's a lot of water and potentially you could do a canal across there, so they wanted to overthrow the government and get control of that territory in Nicaragua. In the process of doing that, there was resistance and stuff. And this guy in the math lab at Georgia State was introducing me to those lectures. I was like, wow, this is really... But I could tell, it's like, gee, Chomsky knows all this stuff about Nicaragua, and then you look at these other places he knows about, knowing about Israel and, a lot of places, Egypt, Lebanon, he knows a lot about a lot of countries, but I often got the feeling that he was kind of not as solid on certain countries. I never read much from him about details of Congo, Angola, Tanzania, these places like that. He seemed to know a lot about South Africa and stuff, but it kind of sparked an interest with me to go and learn about these countries. And that's one of the long-term attractions of Amnesty International is that they would look at human rights worldwide. What is that guy doing? You see that squad power? Really low. I got really into Bosnia-Herzegovina because we got a lot of Bosnian refugees, and that's part of the reason, you know. But then I had a girlfriend, a Bosnian girlfriend. She was a mama namaze. That's what all the guys around the Bosnian guys were like. Don't marry this girl. She's a mama namaze, which means like she has to be waited on hand and foot, and she doesn't. You know, her parents. She's really spoiled, is what I mean. And sure enough, you know, she was always complaining and crying. I didn't like the way she treated her mother. And they did. They just... help! Don't shoot at me! You evil murderers! Sinister robots. Yeah. Don't come over here. Oh, ow! A long arm? Turkey, 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 turkey. These guys are getting up here close. Hey, you guys need to, you know, hold these jerks off. How come they're all the way up here? I can't get out of the way. Oh. Dang you. Take my control point. Hate you. Hey, Bongo, you want some heals? No, 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 no! Ran too far down there. I knew these guys were kind of doing something. Jerk. Good. Shoot that guy. Yeah. Missing him. What, turkey? What are you doing up here? They're on the other side, I think. That was not worth it. Live and learn. Come on, can I get... what kind of range have I got on this? Oh, no, stupid. Imperviosity globe. Hate you. Let me go and see if I can kill this guy. This is one of those bad situations that didn't get taken care of. He's been sitting up there the whole time. Freaking jerk. See, I should have killed him a long time ago. Anyway, you know, Albania is there. It's kind of like a wall between like Yugoslavia. Generally, it's like Albania is. You know, there's that Italian Isthmus or whatever with the Adriatic Sea, and Italy and World War II was controlled by fascists, and when the United States came in and got control, they were like, "That's good. You know, we want to keep fascists." Why? Because the fascists are against the communists, right? But in you know Greece and stuff and Albania and Moldova and Montenegro and all, they don't want the fascists in power because it's bad. For the common people or something like that. So. The United States is like, you know, we'll get together with Britain and we'll drop a whole government. We'll you know, get a bunch of Albanians that, you know, they're criminals or something. They fled the country or whatever to escape justice or whatever, and we'll train them to be like a new fascist government of Albania, and we'll airdrop them in to the country. And with weapons, and they'll start this big conflict, and then we'll launch the Navy and Army and Marines and everything to invade Albania, right? To save the, you know, the monarchy, the traditional government of Albania, and the fascist government of Albania, right? And so that was the plan. It's called Operation Fiend, I think, or Operation Valuable, and a lot of stuff about it has been declassified. It's like it gives the lie to all this James Bond stuff, you know, because yeah, they dropped so many agents and provocateurs and everything into Albania, and you know, the Albanians were not. Those people were never heard from again. Kicked their ass, and so it was like Albania really became. They built sort of like an Albanian, what do you call it, a Hoxha line. It was an Enver Hoxha or something like that. You know, there was the Stalin line to block the fascists from rolling over Russia, right? But then there's like the Hoxha line, you know, whatever, which are all these concrete bunkers. You know, they wanted to build, I think, close to 750,000 to prevent the invasion, the English. American invasion or whatever, to block them. Because naturally, you know, can you imagine being in Albania and all these paratroopers are dropping in, and it's like, you know, they're Albanian criminals that have fled the country or something like that, and that you know, of course they're gonna take them into a jail cell and work them over and find out who sent them and everything. Well, England, you know, sent us. United States sent us. Can you imagine how the Albanians felt, you know? Because it's really interesting to look at the Albanian penal code and stuff like that. There were, you know, the very in a very reactive state, you know, enemies of the state. You know, you're like could you imagine if Mexican paratroopers were dropped into California to overthrow the California government, you know, and they were paid by Russia or something like that. Can you imagine how the Californians would feel? Right? Because it kind of shed some light on the Albanians and how they were behaving, you know. Albanians, think of it like I say that. Where is it? You know, it's like there's the Italian boot, right? Italy is like this boot-shaped isthmus, and then on the east coast there's the Adriatic Sea, and then just across the water right there is Albania. So it's been like a contested territory, you know, for empires, you know, for thousands of years. Yeah, it really, I think it's really critical to help you understand. What am I in? I'm in a damn tournament deathmatch. I don't even know who these people are. These are. What is this place? I've never seen this place before. Die, let's die. Die, let's die. I hate a damn Mineland trapezoid. Back up. Yeah, shoot him. Shoot him. Kill this guy. Kill this guy. Yeah. They needed to die. This is a big round place. I've never been in here before. Help. Bedlam. Beldam. What? La 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 la. La la la. Man, don't come around the corner, man. I'm trying to get away. Help. No, it's a stupid moron. No, help. Oh. That was close. Help. Now these guys are coming. Q-Tip. Come on, get some heals over here. This guy's gonna kill me. Ah, I can't get around the corner. There's another guy. I know where I am. There you go. COVID testing, lines up here. Come on, I hit him. Damn you. That was a jip. Well, I guess I need to go over here again. What the hell is this? I don't even recognize this. Oh. So this is kind of a tunnel over on this side. So at least you're not gonna get shot, you know, from over here. I guess I could really climb up your butt, you know, insidiously. Okay, that guy, I've been trying to get rid of you for a while. I really wish... Come on. Yeah, just come walk this way. Come on, stupid. Perfect. Oh. I want to get to him before his shield. Oh, yeah, you. Oh, no, he's got a shield coming back up. Up. Ah, yeah. Get me out of here. What, are you mad that you got killed by an MD? Is that why you're all pissed off? I'm sorry. I thought you were trying to kill me. Yeah, there we go. Here he comes again. You want to hide way back here? Wait a minute. I'm coming after you. These are like really, really undercover. Hey, sweetie. Hey, you want me to drop the game? Oh no, he just disabled my weapon system. Hold on. Help. Running, trying to escape. Okay. I got behind something. This is the bad guy. This Bedlam. No. Don't let him kill me. I almost got him. Oh, he's dead, yeah. Yeah. Got him. Did you get your breakfast yet? Oh, sorry, Ice lady. I'm gonna shoot you in the butt. Real toe hours. It's the fearsome real toe hours. I'm trying to heal. Oh. They're Bedlam again. He's a problem. Oh. I've never been in here. We won. What you got, dear? You got some allergies? Nope. You just coughing. Okay. You got the rock. Was it a rock lobster?
No, it was literally just a walnut.
Yeah, so I was talking about this whole, looking at Albania recently. It's like now they're infested with mining companies and stuff, internationals. Be interesting to know the stories of all the companies and how they got in there and how they got in place after. And if Albania is getting a fair shake, because it still seems like people want to get out of Albania, because it was like, Argentina or Chile or something like that. It was like the United States decided it was going to remain poor as a country and put it under stranglehold, and people just try to get out. And it's funny, Britain was cooperating with that, and they've got the most Albanians, I think, flooding into England. To make TikTok videos. The Albanian TikTok video phenomena is something to really look at, So it's like, and this is the thing. It's like the British Empire had the thing of like, getting, like Gandhi was educated or whatever. In England, they had this ideology or whatever like that. The part of what they were doing was make England look good, like they were on a good moral cause by invading all these countries and stuff and taking over. And they bring people to England, they train them, and then send them back to the colonies to be, colluders, mercenaries, dictators and stuff like that. And but it's sort of ultimately, you've got this policy that on the surface of it is a big humanitarian policy, and this aggressive imperial colonial policy that's killing all the people and making the countries unlivable. So the people come to England and then want to stay there, and then the English are upset about it. It's just so I think there's like a huge amount of Albanians to this day just want to flood into England and live there, live high on the hog. I think it's a pretty smart strategy, if an imperial power is going to wreck your country and make it impossible to live there, just so some mining companies can not pay for the resources that they extract. England should become, an Albanian refuge. That's good. All right, am I going into control point clash? I think I am here. So, I think, if you, I was going to say, like, if you think of like the Roman Empire, Albania is really interesting. It was like Illyria is what it's called, like in the 4th, 5th century BC, and really it's disputed how much those people there were really some kind of unified Illyrian people with an Illyrian language. There's some languages that are associated with that group. Of course, there's modern Albania and stuff like that, but there's some evidence that when people like in Greece and Roman Empire, or whatever, talked about the Illyrians. You know, it was just like a word for barbaric people that lived outside the boundaries of the Balkans and Greece. An interesting thing is kind of the story of the Roman. I cannot humiliation. I can't believe that's coming from Tom Cruise. It's an interesting thing. They had a female queen. Husband died. There, thank you, Tom. How come how come bots are completely, totally useless? Just like the rip-off thing. How is it that these bots are so freaking gonzo? You know, I don't have a dang minigun with a 500,000 damage. It's, you know, this is the thing I don't like about this game. Trying to go me into buy stuff. And I just don't have money to spend on shit. It's a gambling. 17 to 50? Shit. Damn, I feel like it's a ripoff. Geppetto, nice to see you there. And political economy of American foreign policy in this book. You know, there's generally, you know, it's like everybody should follow Ricardo comparative advantage. So the Albanians' big crime, you know, is they want to control their own resources and be self-sufficient and stuff like that. You know, it's like mining. On the pragmatic level, the mining and petroleum, natural gas extraction, you know, is not profitable. You know, or it's very, you know, it's a very low profit margin. So when you start talking about sharing the benefits or whatever with a petroleum company, they're in hysterics. They're like, we're not even going to go in there and drill if we have to share with anybody, because it's just so expensive to extract. One hit point left. Come on, you stupid bots. Can y'all do some work? You know, for God's sake. I got somebody down here freaking behind me. Shit. I think it's really hilarious that like the best kept secret, you know, of American tourism, whatever, is Albania. It used to be really off limits for Americans. It's a big shift. English and Americans, you know, a good way to get killed is to go to Albania, because they're really trying to overthrow their government. I guess essentially they have. I'm not sure who's really running things now. Let me get out of here. I need to, and I'm kind of in a transitional mode. I don't know. This channel really, you know, is not about Macarena per se. It's kind of about me. And I've got to continue doing. I had worked for Amnesty for years. I've got some real. Group 75 was actually. This is an interesting story. When we had a real vibrant Amnesty group with a lot of international members that were, you know, from colonial, you know, Irish, French, German, English, you know, people that were from. And the thing about it is, one of the things you notice is that in the Amnesty, the letter writing groups and stuff like that, It's like I knew, you know, there was an African girl that was a friend of my girlfriend that would go and kind of float around the letter writing groups, but black people generally didn't write letters to heads of state. You know, like you know, there's a definite in my, you know, like I played guitar with a black guy from, you know, East Atlanta that, you know, I don't think he really played guitar and played bass really well, really fun to, really good friend and everything like that. But really his education level was very low. You know, he never graduated from a high school and stuff like that, working in line cook jobs, just essentially a modern day slave or whatever. And he, you know, if you tell him that you would write to a government of a dictator or whatever, he'd be like, "Man, you crazy fool," and stuff like that. I was not going to tell the story, but there was a white leader, you know, when I was doing Amnesty International and stuff, Walter something, I can't remember his name was, but you know, he was a good guy, and he was one of the things. We had a big gay community, and I personally had been a victim of bullying. I'm not anti-gay or anything at all. It's like whatever floats your boat, man. Just don't force yourself on people. I was molested by women, stuff when I was young. But we had because it was a center of a gay community, you know, we were like, this is a real place where we should talk about human rights for gay people, because in a lot of countries it's illegal. I had Colombian friends that were gay. Well, I left and I came to Atlanta because I was disowned by my family, and I could go to jail in Colombia for, at that time, you know, back in the 80s or whatever, you could go to jail just for being gay, you know. It was like, had to get out of the country and stuff like that. So we were like doing this stuff for Amnesty, and they were like, we need to diversify, and they fired the president of, and he was upset, you know, it's like, fired the president of our Amnesty office. We had a real vibrant group, and then they put in a Jamu Baraka, right? And he ended, you know, it's like total silence on the gay stuff. I still don't know what, you know, Jamu just doesn't talk about gay, you know, for something. You read his bio and stuff like that. It's like, what's your position on it? You know, but it's like all the gay stuff that was, I thought really good. It was really, we had big gay pride, and we were raising awareness about what it's like for gays in Africa and in Turkey and in these Latin American countries where it's still illegal and stuff like that, and had all these cases and stuff. We had some real, you know, it was really, really a good spot to get people passionate about human rights. Jamu comes in and he said, well, the big problem is the white race. You know, it's like, so it's like all the, you know, we need to get all these people and put them through the, you know, the race training to show, you know, that really all the problems in the world have to do with the evils of the white race, you know, and all this stuff like that. It's just like, you know, an inversion of the Nazi stuff. I was like, you know, you put this stuff. I went and I was playing bass with my friend, my close personal friend, Ray, and he's black and he's from local, and I was depressed about it because people were just like, I won't have anything to do with this guy, you know. There's no white race, you know. It's not, you know. As soon as, you know, it's like you put English people with Irish people, and they're like, oh, you're Irish, you're beyond the pale, you know. It's like, we're not quote unquote white, you know. We're Irish people, Jews. You know, I'm mixed Irish, Jew, Roma. You know, we're all subhuman. We don't get this stuff about, you know, we're treated in that racial theory stuff. I want the racial bullshit theory to be completely out the window. Don't even talk about it. You know, let's end this thing about your skin pigment having something to do with whether you're evil or not. You know, but sure enough, you know, Jamu Baraka, you know, was like the problem with, you know, we're going to turn this place around by, you know, getting all the white people to be trained as to how evil they are, you know, get them working against the evils of their evil race. And I was playing guitar with my buddy, you know, and I was talking about this guy, and it was like a Jamu Baraka. It was like, what is that guy's name? And I said, a Jamu Baraka, you know, and he was like cracking up, you know. Ray was like, what kind of name is that? you know, because his name is like Raymond, you know. And I explained to him, I was like, well, Ray, you know, is part of this thing of when, you know, like I explained to him, like, you got an Irish name and your first name is a French name, and since that is part of slavery and stuff like that, you know, I talked to him about Malcolm X, and he's still just laughing. And he said, so he changed his name, and he said, my mama jam a big rock upside my head if I change my name to something like crazy. Because when I said a Jamu Baraka, he was like, jam a big rock? What? Jam a big rock? My mama jam a big rock upside my head if I change my name to that. You know? But I mean, to me, it's like it shows the complete ham-handed disconnect. I often thought Jamu Baraka was so effective in eliminating human rights workers, volunteers from Amnesty. I've never seen anything more effective than him. Our groups just dissolved, disappeared. You know, you mean we have to go and sit through 3 hours of training to work against the white race? How are we gonna be against the white race? You know, no. I don't agree with that, you know. You know, it really sort of sucked because it was like, it's a good thing if somebody that's an English person is like, I'm going to dedicate my free time to human rights internationally, you know, you know, because it's sort of like an, you know, acknowledgement of guilt of your country, the British Empire, you know, or American to do it, you know, the human rights work. French, especially look at the French and what they've done in Africa up to this day, you know, this Operation Barkhane and stuff like that. So it was good that we had, you know, some people from France that came and wrote letters for human rights in Africa and all around the world, you know. And when Ajamu came in and said, well, you know, from now on, it's the white race, you know, the evils of the white, you know, sure, there are people that have light colored skin that do terrible things, but you know, there's no, that's bullshit. Very much, you know, I often wondered if maybe Jamu Baraka was on a payroll of the United States government or something like that, because man, when he came in, the group just dissolved. It was that. And it didn't, you know, if it was supposed to get people, black people active in human rights, it certainly didn't work. It's certainly not the right approach. I don't even know if I want to go up in here. My mama would jump a big rock upside my head if I changed my name to that. Jam a big rock. Good. Dog 20. Where are these guys? Okay, he's over here. Oh. I'm disorientationalization on this. God, I need you to be dead. Quit pushing me out in front of that guy's cannons, man. Go around, if you don't mind. If you would please kindly get your behind the hell away. What the hell? This is kind of, that's weird. I'm not sure how I feel about this. It's like, this is a new level. I'm not very much. It would be good to be up in here with some people that had some sense instead of some bots. That is so good. Gotcha. I saw you popping over there, popping and dropping. Come on, how come you guys are getting killed so much? I need something. Oh no. Ooh, this is like, oh. Well, I got you a bunch of times, didn't I, Dogwood? And I lived through the entire round with just my MD. I love it. Messing with me. Dang you. He hit me one time. Hate you. Get back over here. We're dead. Can you kill him, please? Good. This is like a control point capture thing? I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. Stupid turkey. No! Get the hell away from me. Hate you. 7 assists. Alright, that's great. So, I grabbed, what is it? That's, this is like, the Amnesty. From 1977. So this is like a snapshot of Albania from the People's Socialist Republic of Albania. It is difficult to obtain reliable, up-to-date information essential for the adoption of individual prisoners of conscience in Albania. Amnesty International also confronts the problem that the publication of prisoners' names or disclosure of confidential information submitted by private sources might jeopardize relatives or friends, right? After Operation Fiend and Operation Valuable, yeah, I would tend to agree. You could easily get into trouble. Hot water, as it were. Okay. Oh no. I hate this, those stupid, what is it? The little roller scroller stupid things. No official information such as indictments, trial transcripts, or statistics concerning political imprisonment were made public by the Albanian authorities in the past year. Verifying allegations of human rights violations is therefore most difficult. According to the new constitution of 28 December 1976, so they got a new constitution on December 1976. Article 37, the state does not recognize any religion, but rather supports and develops atheist propaganda in order to educate the people of Albania and scientific materialist world outlook. I'd love to see all their textbooks, get them translated. Maybe we need those in the United States, in order to educate the people of Albania. This provision in the new constitution reaffirms the position taken by Secretary of the Communist Party Enver Hoxha, who on 6 February 1967 proclaimed that Albania had become the first atheist state in the world. Within a few months of his statement, more than 2,000 buildings used for religious purposes, including 268 Roman Catholic churches, were destroyed or sealed, and several hundred priests were allegedly sent to prison camps. Now, this is interesting that they know 268 Roman, what about the mosques, right? And what about the Orthodox churches? Because Albania is like, in the north is Catholic, from very remote antiquity. The Apostolic Age, the Albanians were Catholic in the Catholic Church at the beginning of the Catholic Church, right? They were, in the first century, and so the Albania had the bishops or whatever and their priests or whatever, participated in the first ecumenical council of Nicaea, the Emperor Constantine, Emperor Constantine's auspices or whatever like that. So yeah, I could see where I guess the Catholic information got out for 268 Roman Catholic churches. Several hundred priests were allegedly sent to prison camps. Heavy prison sentences are reportedly still frequently imposed on priests for exercising freedom of conscience. Although Article 53 of the new Constitution guarantees freedom of speech, press, organization, assembly, and public demonstration, these rights are evidently not respected in practice. Article 73 of the Albanian Penal Code 1958 describes a sentence of up to 10 years imprisonment or the death penalty in aggravated cases for anti-state agitation and propaganda. Violation of the constitutional right of expression evidently extends to members of the government of Albania. All right, so that's the end today of my just chatting thing, closing out on 1 hour, and this is trying to get more more effective here. So hopefully it's gonna work out. Thanks for watching. I hope you will join me some more. Let's together we can change the world. But people, first of all, have to be aware of what the world is, and at least have some vague idea of what's going on to be able to do something about it. So follow my example, and let's do something. All right. Time's a wasting. Take care.